I'm going to send you the link too, so you can share it with people.
Okay.
Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to our channel, Queen Dawn Spirit here in the Water Goddess, Queen Goddess. We're here. This show is going to be lit. Okay. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to get you on my show for quite some time, Water Goddess. And it's time to share your craft with everyone. Welcome to everyone, Reiki Healing Love. So, Queen, introduce yourself to my community.
Hey, y'all. Hey, I'm the Water Goddess. I do tarot, I do energy readings, I do ancestor readings, I do candle magic. And I'm so excited to be here with my mother, spiritual worker. She is amazing, and I'm so honored to be on her show. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. My pleasure, Queen. So I'm going to share this video. You could basically just talk about your journey, how you got into spirituality, you know, anything that the spirit, you know, your spirit guides tell you to share with my community. Feel free to open up and let yourself shine as you always do.
Okay, all right, preach, praise, thank you. So I started tarot when I was 9, was when I got my first deck of tarot cards. And I've always kind of been drawn to spirit. I was a odd child. I used to really like hanging out in like cemeteries and weird things like that. My mom was like, okay, well, let me get you some tarot cards. And so I started with that. I was kind of off and on my whole childhood with my tarot because I struggled a lot with spirituality. I wasn't really sure growing up in a Baptist, a Baptist household, like, how did that work? I was always told, that's witchcraft, it's this, it's that. But then my mother was very open-minded, and she was born in what's called a double veil. And so she was always very like, well, yeah, there's this and there's God and there's this, but there's another part of it. So she wasn't closed-minded to the fact that I was drawn to different things. However, I struggled with it for many years. About 15 years ago, I met Moon Butterfly, Miss Darielle. And over the years, we got closer. She shared her journey with me. I shared mine with her. And about 4 years ago, she, decided, she was going to come out and just do readings. And she came to me one day after she had been doing her stuff for a while. And she said, sis, I had a dream that Spirit said, you're going to be doing tarot readings.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, no. I was not into it. I was like, yeah, I'm not, like, I read, but I never read for other people besides like close family and stuff. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And she was like, I'm telling you, I had a dream about it. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then a couple months later, we started our group, and it was really cool, but I was doing mostly candle magic. She did most of the readings. I was doing all the candle magic. I absolutely love fire magic. Anything to do with manifestation and fire, I've always been into it. It's always worked very well for me. And I was really excited that it was working for me to help other people. So I got into it, and here she came again, Miss Virgo, she know best. And she was like, sis, you are going to be doing tarot readings. And I was like, okay. So we started our Sisters with Pool journey, and I absolutely loved it. I was so excited. I was so like, wow, I'm really doing this. And it just was like breathing. It was just the easiest thing for me. It came so naturally. And so over the years, we've been doing it now 2 years. I quit my job 2 years ago and went full time as a medium. Thank you. Thank you. And everybody said, with Moon, it was a little different. She was a little bit more established. Her gift was a little more established. She had a better support system than I did. And everybody kept telling me, like, you better not quit your job. You have 5 kids. I'm a single mom with 5 kids. And Spirit just led me in a different direction.
Do what it do.
Yeah, it led me in a different direction. And when I tell you, I have touched so much money in the last 3 years than I had ever touched in my whole life. Like never had I ever thought that I would be able to be where I am doing what I'm doing as a single mom with 5 kids. So I'm blessed and highly favored, and here I
Beautiful
am.
kids too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, so that's amazing, Queen, your journey. You know, it's like we were taught to fear our gifts. You know,
Right.
we were taught to fear our gifts, and then made us go into depression because we were in the rhythm of who we are.
Right.
And then we're like, no, I'm scared because I don't want anyone to judge me. And we had to start thinking outside the box. And like you did, you took a leap of faith and you had chosen Moon to help you along your path. Like we choose people along our path to take us to where we need to go, where we're in rhythm of who we are. And as you and I told you and I have a spiritual connection because we both were single parents. And you remind me so much of myself when I was your age. And I was into spiritual. I grew up through spirituality too, as from a child. But in the past few years, I was able to actually just let go and say, I don't care what anyone thinks. This is who I am. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. We're just trying to help elevate. We chose to come here for a reason, to help heal this earth. So because someone does spiritual readings and lets you know things of the unknown, is supposed to be taboo. That's not the case, guys. You have dreams. We all have the gift. We just scared to tap into it. Some of us are a little more powerful than others in certain levels. So there's a yin and yang in everything. So Queen, thank you so much, Goddess, for connecting with us today.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. What was your biggest challenge when you first got into the spiritual world? Share a story with us.
Like I said, my biggest challenge, I think, was just kind of believing that I could. Growing up, if you follow me, I know, Don, you follow me. I've been going through my adoption chronicles with everybody and telling people a little bit about like the fact that I was adopted at birth and finding my birth family and all that great stuff. But it was kind of hard growing up and not having a identity. Like I was always trying to identify with somebody, anybody, everything. And so I didn't have an identity. And then I was weird because I was like, oh, let's hang out in the cemetery and play with tarot cards. It's not a normal thing for, a child to be doing. And so I always wanted to know, like, who am I? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? And I struggled with it a lot. Like, okay, is this correct? Am I going to hell? Is this why I was put up for adoption? Is something wrong with me? I struggled for a long time. And when I finally decided, like, okay, you know what, this is who I'm going to be, this is who I am, I had to let a lot of people go. And for me, that was scary. I'm still in the process of letting people go. Like this, I just moved to a new state with like nobody except for Moon. And I'm just, out here. But that's weird for me because I built family because I didn't have any. So like I adopted everybody I met into my life. Right. I'm like, you're an aunt, you're a cousin, you're this, you're that. Like I just built people. But I had to let them go because they didn't understand what I was doing. And there was like all this judgment. And I had to be like, if you can't accept me for who I am and what I'm doing, then how much do you really love me as a person? Right. And not only that, but I'm learning, as you evolve, everybody can't go with you where you're going. And it has nothing really to do with love. It really has to do with everybody's journey is different. Everybody evolves on a different level at a different speed. And, I'm up here and you're down here. And so we can't both ride the same roller coaster. It just doesn't work like that. So unfortunately, I had to let a lot of people go. And I think that was my biggest struggle. My biggest fear has always been abandonment. And I ended up being the one that started to abandon people. And it gave me a lot of conflict, like, oh my gosh, emotional turmoil. But I'm learning to be okay with that. I'm at a point where I'm just like, okay, cool. You're either here with me or you're not. Right. But I'm meeting so many more wonderful people and adopting so many more wonderful people into my life that accept me and understand my journey. Right. That I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Because remember, when one door closes, many more opens.
They do. But you don't really know, you don't really believe that until you start letting doors close. It's crazy. Like one time, I think it was Moon again. Here we go, talking about her. But she told me,
amazing goddess, another amazing goddess. She helps
she
me
is,
so,
and
so
she's
well.
so modest, and
Yes, she is.
she deserves all kinds of glory. She really does. So I'm always happy to talk about her. But she told me one time, let go of, stop worrying so much about money. She was like, you worry so much about it, that it's eating you up and stressing you out. This is before I had quit my job, and I was actually working at a daycare, and it was driving me crazy, y'all. It was driving me crazy. I hated this job. I was around people that didn't like me, and it was just horrible. But she was like, stop worrying about money so much. So I had to sit there and I meditated on it for days. And then I was just like, you know what? She's right. And then I became stuck in this mindset of, it doesn't matter if I can't see it, it's there.
Right.
So I started to do things, for me, like, okay, cool. I got $100 and my friend is having a bad day. And so we're going to Red Lobster, and I'm going to worry about it tomorrow, what's going to happen. And guess what? Tomorrow, money manifested in my account. I don't know how, I don't know where.
Release the resistance.
Checks popped up, like things happen. Mercury retrograde just passed. I've been waiting for a check for like 7 months, and I was like, man, it's it's not here. I was like, it's okay. Mercury is doing its thing. It's gonna show up when I need it. Literally, my account got overdrafted. 2 days later, my check showed up that was waiting for 6 months for. I'm like, because Spirit knew that I was gonna need this, and wanted to see if I was gonna pass the test. Now that I have a better understanding of what it means to be humble and grateful, I don't worry as much. I'm not as stressed out as I was.
Right.
So it's a blessing.
Yes. Amazing story. It's so many people that get disconnected, or they're just afraid to tap into that. So we're, as you know, we're taught to think one way.
Right.
And if it's hoodoo, voodoo, spirituality, new age, so many different varieties. If it's outside of the normal traditional, listen, I have some Christians that's in my community, so no shade on anyone's religion. I have respect for all people's religion, but we're taught to either you're Catholic, Baptist,
Presbyterian,
I can't even get it out my mouth with this retainer. Presbyterian, Muslim, like so Hindu, so many different religions. So if it's something outside of that, the unknown, people fear, because we're taught to fear. And that's the worst 4-letter word in the vocabulary is fear.
Exactly.
Not other F word, okay? F-E-A-R is the worst word you can have in your vocabulary and feel is fear. And when you have fear, it limits you. As this beautiful goddess has said, she got 5 children. She is making it do what it do. She's taking care. She moved her children. She moved her babies 3 states up. Okay, and took the leap of faith, knowing that she can manifest and provide for her babies. And this is why I love her so much, because one of the main reasons why I love her so much, because I did the same thing. When I raised 3 children, not 5, she had 5. I had 3 children. Things are more expensive now than they were when I was raising my children. And thank you for my spirituality, my ancestors, my spirit guides, the universe, my spirit guides for all that I am, that I was able to provide for my babies. And today they are all 3 of them are successful.
Yes, praise.
But it was times where we had to eat oodles and noodles.
Right.
There was times where I had to get food stamps to take care of my babies because I had no child support. You know what I'm saying? There was times when I had to get public assistance to help me, and I worked. So I'm saying to you guys, there's nothing you can't manifest or can't create. And this queen is a prime example in this time and day now. She knows how to tap into the ancestors. She knows she actually gets spiritual downloads, and she be on point. It's no joke. So we're going to share her gift and her craft with you all. Why don't you do a reading for us, being today is the new moon.
Okay.
October the 25th. Do a reading. What do you want to do a reading on? Do you want to do it on a zodiac signs, or do you want to do it as a collective, or you want to just jump out there messages are out there that's coming to
We
you?
can just do a collective and see what's going on today with everybody. That's cool. I had a conversation with you the other day about getting some Palo Santos, and I still have not done it, and I need to. I have this Palo Sage, but it's like mixed with mugwort. Girl, it stinks.
Oh, that's amazing.
But it smells so bad.
Do it. I use mugwort to clean my mirrors, especially with the veil is lifted, guys. The veil has lifted. The veil's lifted for Halloween.
Oof.
Clean
That's
your
some
mirrors.
powerful stuff. I use mugwort for all kinds of stuff, especially for protection and divination. I keep a jar.
Tell me what you do. I got a jar too, right here on my credenza. What do you use your mugwort for, Queen? Yes, okay.
I use it for divination. I use it for candles. I use it for smudging. I use it for clearing. I use it for protection. I've even put it in tea before. I've done it in a yoni cleanse before also.
Okay.
Girl, I put that, what do they say about that? I put that shit on everything. Okay. I do.
Hey guys, feel free to tap in if you have any questions. Excuse me, I apologize, for the goddess. Anyone have any questions or want to get a quick reading, a quick 2-minute reading? Jump in there and post your questions in the chat. So go ahead, Queen. You were saying you use it for whatever things.
I use it for everything. It's amazing. It's a really amazing herb. I came across it probably 2 years ago. And as the first time I used it, I was like, oh, this is different. I even did it with CBD before, and it's really cool. It's really amazing. I like it.
Yeah, just tell me about the CBD off camera. I use it to clean mainly for my mirrors and to clean my Reiki table and stuff like that. Because
I did not know you could use it for cleaning. That's cool.
Yeah, I use it to clean mirrors because, mirrors are portals. And if you set up an altar in your home, guys, you have to be careful because you can attract other entities that are passing through. So I clean all my mirrors with mugwort. One of the main things I clean my mirrors with for protection. I actually had a mirror set up before and I didn't clean my mirrors with mugwort. This is before I knew about mugwort, and I attracted some entities in my space that I did not want to.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, entities that I had banished from the home. And then when I put the altars up, they came back.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you have to tell me how to use that because we need to do that because I gotta keep things cleared up out of here because we're not playing with them. I'm not playing with y'all.
Moon goddess, thank you, Moon butterfly goddess. Thank you, love you, Queen goddess.
What'd she say? I can't see the comments.
Oh yeah, she was saying peace to us, peace goddesses. Hey,
peace, Queen.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So it's funny that she popped up in here. It might not be about her, but I got some Virgo energy. I get the Nine of Winter. The Nine of Winter says to let go of your worries and your fear. Everything that you want is at your fingertips. Everything that you need, everything that you want, everything you've been trying to manifest is at your fingertips. But there's still this fear, this lingering of fear that you're holding on to. You got to let that go. Once you let that go, everything that you want is coming. It's talking about focusing on the worst case scenario. What if this doesn't happen? What if this goes wrong? What if this person doesn't really love me and I get my heart broke? What if this doesn't happen like this? And, you have to let that go. And as soon as you release it, stop worrying about it, stop thinking about it, kind of just let the universe do what it's going to do. You're going to receive everything that you've been wanting. It's going to hit you all at once, actually. I feel like a windfall of just good luck is about to fall on top of you, Virgo. So I don't know if that was for Moon or who it was for, but that's what I got for Virgos. I only pulled 3 cards. I don't know what Virgo was significant to, but
I'm sending rose quartz. I'm sending love, Reiki healing energy with my rose quartz sphere as you're talking. So I'm like your backup, your background dancer while you're talking.
Dance for me, girl. Go ahead. I also get the Six of Summer. I don't know who this is for specifically with a sign, but the Six of Summer talks about going back into your childhood and like doing some rethinking about what actually happened and how it changed you. I had a client one time who told me, I said, what was your fondest memory of your father? And she started talking about how, well, he used to beat my mom up and do this, that, and the third, but he always took us fishing on Sundays. And I let her continue her story or whatever. Cool. And then I was like, okay, at the end of it, can you tell me what was wrong with the beginning of your story? And she was like, well, what do you mean? You told me to tell you about my father. But if you go back and you listen to what you said that your fondest memory of your father was he used to beat your mother up. Then you said that he took you fishing. So sometimes as adults, if we go back to our childhood and look at things differently, we start to see things that we didn't know were traumas. We didn't know were triggers. We didn't know was wrong, because when you're a child, everything that you're learning, you think that that's correct. You think that this is how people are supposed to treat me. This is how people are supposed to love me. This is what you're supposed to do. The same thing with church. They take you to church as a child. They try to distill it in you young. And so you never know that you have power beyond that. You never know that you had this power and that power and your ancestors walk behind you, because no one told you. No one taught you that. So Spirit is encouraging somebody, anybody, to remember your life differently. Remember the events differently. Go back to before, if you can. Like sometimes if you meditate hard enough, you can go back to before you were born. You get these deja vus and you're like, where'd that come from? I was here before. You're powerful. Stand in your power. Believe who you are. Remember it differently. When you start remembering things differently, it is crazy. It is crazy about how things are going to change. And it talks about like difficulties being lifted off of your shoulder, because now you know who you are. Like just knowing who you are gives you a different type of power. You stand differently. You speak differently. You walk differently. People can see it in your aura. It's a different type. It's a different type of you. I'm telling you, you better go do it. Go do it. Okay. Ashe.
Someone needs to hear that. I'm sending
Right.
Reiki healing love energy for that person that you just tapped into with the amethyst and the obsidian crystal. Continue to chat, Queen.
Also get some Aquarius energy. And when I get that, I get the Six of Autumn. This could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Actually, I feel like it's air sign energy, but you're about to come into some money. And when I say you're about to come into some money, it's going to be a unexpected windfall. Like maybe you get an inheritance, somebody passed away, you didn't know. Maybe, you get a unexpected check that's coming from somewhere. They forgot that they owed you money, and here they are cleaning up their stuff, and they remembered like, oh, we owe you. Or, sometimes you get stuff back from companies and stuff, lawsuits. Something is happening where you didn't think this money was coming. You knew it was possible, but you didn't think that it was actually coming to you, but it is. It's coming to you because Spirit says you have done so much good in your last season that this is owed to you, air signs. This is owed to you. This is your dues getting back. This is a karmatic thank you from Spirit to say, like, we see you. We see you. We see what you're doing. And there's also like a lot of spotlight for you coming up. Like people are going to recognize you. There's going to be, this can also resonate with Leo too. There's going to be some people are going to recognize you. They're going to see what you're doing. They're going to see how you have started to evolve, and they're going to want to be like you. They're going to start mimicking you. So watch what you do and how you carry yourself, because people are watching you. Okay. Ashe.
Okay.
I had only pulled 3. Did you want me to pull some more?
I guess people are scared to ask questions right now, but it's okay, Queen. Let's just chat.
Okay.
Let's pull some cards for the remaining of 2023.
All right, cool. Let me clear this out. I love my fairy deck, y'all. It's my go-to, but I have several decks. I know you do too.
Yes, Goddess.
I need to get some new ones. It's like a bad habit of mine.
Yeah, one of my decks is so bent up and has creases all in them. I had to get a replacement because I've been using them so much. And I see why people wind up having 150 and 200 decks or 1,000 decks, because there's so many beautiful decks out there in different nations that you can tap into. Because I do Oracle, you do Oracle. So I understand.
Mhm. Yes, there's so many. I'm looking into getting a past life deck. I really want a past life deck.
Yes.
I need to get with you to get a past life reading done.
Yes. Yes. It's
Girl, I know I
amazing.
was like a midwife or something in a past life. I had to be.
Oh, you were definitely a healer. You were definitely a healer.
All right, what's going on with the rest of 2022?
Still
Let's
a
do
healer.
2022 Spirit Collective. Yeah, I always say I had to be a midwife or something like that because I always am drawn to somebody's children.
Yes, Queen. You have that gift.
Girl, and they get on my nerves so bad, but I love me some kids.
Peace, Padre, return to Pachamama. Thank you, Goddess. We got one of my co-stars all the way from Vegas tapping in. Return to Pachamama.
Peace. Peace to you.
Another
Peace to
phenomenal
you.
goddess queen.
Okay. So the rest of 2022, I get the Seven of Winter, and it's talking about some of us have not made all of the correct choices. And there's been a lot of choices, a lot of opportunities, a lot of just like really magical things that have been happening this year. I don't know if everybody else has caught it, but I have. There was a Lionsgate portal. There was a lot of like,
and that hasn't even closed.
And there's a lot of really like magical things happening. And not everybody is getting it. Not everybody is seeking or even taking the opportunity to say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and manifest. I'm going to go ahead and take what Spirit has just given me and actually use it. Or a lot of us have not like seen that, you know, what is it? They always like the grass is greener over there. They still looking at somebody else's lawn. They still over here like, well, why don't I have? Why don't I have? And I think that the COVID and all the closings of everything just kind of put people in a woe is me mind state. And we don't know how to get out of it. And so there's going to be better choices. Spirit says there's better choices for us to be making and to kind of look around you and see the things that you should be grateful for. You know, it's really easy to say, well, I don't have that yet. I don't have this. I don't have that. You know, I don't have a car right now. It could be really easy for me to be really upset about that. However, look at what I do have. You know, it's going to be a really big time for reflection and gratitude for the rest of the year, honestly, because if you don't get that gratitude together before the next year starts, how are you going to start your season off? Like, it's going to be a big challenge for you if you don't start your season off with gratitude, with humbleness, with thank you, Spirit, for what I do have. Like, people think that just because you woke up today, it means like, okay, cool. It's every breath you take is a blessing. And today is the last day you get to be you. Tomorrow you get to be somebody else. You either evolved or went backwards, but you're not the same person as you were today. So a lot of reflection. Some of you are still running away from the truth of situations. Some of you are still not accepting things for what they are, not letting doors close. So you're continuously, stuck behind a wall and you're like, I can't get out. And then you call for healers, you call for workers, you call for energy readers, you call in my phone, like, how come I can't get out? Because baby, you're the blockage. You can't get out because you're blocking yourself. There's so much mental health and just sadness and insecurity happening that you are blocking yourself. And so get out of your own way and do it before the beginning of the year. Otherwise, you are going to be stuck in a cycle and you're going to keep repeating things. And then you're going to keep seeing yourself in the same situation with different people, same situation. Why can't I get out?
Recycling energy. Recycling the same energy. Yes. Go ahead.
And then for other people, what goes around comes around. You're getting your karmic blessings. You're getting your karmic blessings in this season. Spirit says, I've seen you. I've seen the way you prayed. I've seen the way you gave your ancestor money. I've seen the way you did that altar. I've seen the way you helped your neighbor. I've seen the way you did that. I see you. Your next season is going to be magnificent.
Mhm.
There's money to be made out here. You're going to get it because you know how, because you've been paying attention, because you know how to manifest now, because you're no
Right.
longer afraid of yourself, because
Mhm.
you're stepping out of your shadows. You're leaving your addiction behind, your codependency behind. There's going to be so much more for you in this next season because you are ready for it and because you are deserving of it. Spirit sees you. I don't care if you pray to God, Buddha, Allah, whoever, they can see you. They're all deities and they can see you. And so their understanding of when you did what you did and why you did what you did. But the most important part of anything that you're doing is your spirit, is your soul, like how you are actually built, what that meant to you when you hurt that person or helped that person or whatever, what it actually meant to you, how it affected you. It's your karmic blessing. The next year is going to be full of abundance for you. But for some of us, if you don't get out your own way, you're going to be stuck right where you are.
Self-sabotaging. Self-sabotage. Yes.
And people love, the thing about people who self-sabotage, they love to blame somebody else. But at the end of the day, my love, you have to, it goes back to that card, reflection. You have to go back and look at yourself. What did I do to deserve this? Because karma does not have an expiration date. Okay. So you might have been trying to do whatever, but have you made amends? Have you made amends with your ancestors? Have you made amends with the people you hurt? Have you made amends with yourself? You've been hurting yourself. Have you apologized to self? Those things are important. Like, where is your shadow work? You got to do it. I've been, let me tell you, for years, I was against shadow work. You could ask Moon. I was like, I'm not doing it. But then one day it just came upon me. I had no choice but to face me. And, I could admit, sometimes I'm the problem. Sometimes I'm the toxic one. It was me.
Okay.
So you got to face your demons.
We're all a work in progress, right? We're all
always working. Always working. As long as you're a work in progress, you're always working. I always try to tell my kids that. I don't think they get it yet, but
oh, hello, Vegeta is in. Oh, she's or he. Hey guys, ask your questions. Any questions that you may have, please tap in. This is the opportunity to tap in and ask any questions to get a personal reading from this phenomenal, amazing goddess queen. I love her so much. She's like a daughter to me. She is a daughter to me. She was definitely mother and daughter and sisters in the past life. I know that.
Definitely.
But definitely tap in. And I just want to thank you. I'm looking for this goddess card that popped up because I did a reading on today's show and it was talking about self-sabotaging.
Oh,
and
wow.
I can't find that card. Like, she's hiding. So I guess she doesn't to show you.
Probably after. Watch. You'll find it after. It'll be right there.
Nope, I'm not coming out right now. But let's talk about your candle magic, queen.
Yes, ma'am.
So share with us what you briefly, because guys, if you want a session, you need to contact this phenomenal, amazing queen goddess. Before you go into, her website is right here in the screen. Share your information on how they can contact you on all your social media links.
Okay. Facebook, I'm the Water Goddess or Amaris Koppelman. You can also catch me at Energy Readings by Moon Butterfly, the group. There's a group and there's a business page. You can contact me there. Catch the Wave by the Water Goddess. It's also our business page. You can hit me on TikTok at Water Goddess LLC, IG Water Goddess LLC, or you can book a reading at energyreadingsbymoonbutterfly.com. If you've booked before with Moon, it's the same website. You'll just see my face. We share a website. That's my business partner, my sister, my best friend, all of that good stuff. We share a page. And so if you see her, you'll see me. So you can do that. With the candle magic, my candles aren't really that expensive. They're I think they're $20, $20 is what they're going for right now, plus shipping. However, I do burns for people. So for $5 extra, I'll do the burn for you and I'll just send you the pictures. What candle magic basically is it's a set intention. And you set the intention with specific herbs and oils and whatever. and I bless the candle for you. I set the candle for you with the herbs and the oils, and I pray for you basically. I pray for you. I ask the spirits or whatever deity or whatever ancestors that I feel are going to be the most helpful for whatever your situation, to go ahead and give that to you. Candle magic is really amazing. I scarcely have a candle that I can say, oh my gosh, it's not going to work. And normally if I get a feeling that what you're asking for is not going to work, I tell you before I do your candle.
Good. Because
Some
you're not
people
trying
will,
to take anyone's money.
right. Some people, especially with like court cases, I do a lot of court candles. People be like, I want my son to get out of prison. I need my boyfriend to get released, this, that, and the third. Candle magic is not a fix. It's not a magical, you're going to genie in a bottle. This is what's going to happen tomorrow because you asked for it. That's not how it works. If you have harmed someone, if this is your karma, if you have done unthinkable things, I cannot fix that for you. Karma is not something that can be erased.
Because it's going to fall back on one of your family members too, that if it's not taken care of, then yeah, you're right.
Right. I cannot erase it for you. I cannot, and I will not take the burden for you if you've done some crazy mess. I ain't taking that burden. I've had people who have had family members who have murdered people. And I've told them, like, look, if they are guilty, this candle is not going to release them. Now, will it get them a new arraignment date? Possibly. Will it, get the judge to show favor on their next sentencing hearing? Yes. Will it, get them to get conjugal visits? We can work on it. I can give you a guarantee you're going to be able to get up in there. But I can't release someone who has done something unthinkable. They have to make that right with their gods, their deities, whoever, before that will come to pass for them. So they have to do their own, their own asking for forgiveness for that. I can't ask nobody for forgiveness for you.
Yeah, don't ask me to do no murder rituals, y'all. I'm not playing with y'all.
I'm not playing with you. I'm not doing that.
Playing with y'all. I'm helping you with certain situations, but we're not getting involved like that. We have families, so
right. I got kids, y'all. We can't do that. The same thing with, with love. I can do a candle for you. Yes, I can. I can do a candle for someone to love you, to care about you, to look at you differently. But if they don't already have that feeling, it won't work. And I tell people that all the time, like, I can do the magic for you that'll make somebody that you got in an argument with, maybe turn around and be like, hey, it wasn't that big of a deal, and rethink your argument. But if they don't really love you, a love candle is not going to work. You can't sway someone's intention, if you understand. These are intention candles. So your intention can be set out there, but it can't change anybody else's mind, if that makes sense. However, there are all kinds of, whatever your situation, I've done fertility candles. I've done, and I can do a fertility candle and look at the candle after it's done and tell you, like, sweetie, it's going to be a couple years. And I've had people come back to me years later and say, I got pregnant. I finally got, and it's awesome and amazing. But some people want it to happen right now. And I have to explain, like, it doesn't always happen like that. It doesn't always happen.
But you're very powerful too, because you're fertile too. So I can see it working because you're very fertile. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my fertility candles normally work immediately, but I have had a couple of people that came, I looked at the wax and I was like, it's going to be a while. They had other things they needed to work out. And sometimes I can tell you, like, first you got to heal this. Like, first we got to work on this before we can do a candle for that. Because if this isn't right, that's not going to work. Depending on what it is, like, whatever, money, you want money, but you're stuck in all these blockages and you really don't know how to get to your craft. Well, first we got to remove the blockages so you can get to your craft, so you can get the money.
And I don't understand why people, when you tell them, okay, you want to manifest this, that, and the other, but you need to cleanse first. They don't want to do that. They want instant gratification. They want it to be instantly, manifested when you have to do the work. If this goddess tells you, okay, this can happen, but I need you to do the work, you need to do the work. I'm stuck because sometimes I get frustrated with certain clients when I tell them, you have to cleanse first.
Right.
You have to cleanse. Why would you put on a new outfit and you don't take a shower?
Right. And I had I was speaking with a friend today, and I'm gonna say it wrong. He does like Ifala, that the African deity thing. There you go.
Oh,
okay. And he was telling me kind of the same thing, that like he's been so frustrated he got into an altercation with one of his clients, family members, because he's telling them like, you need to do this work in order for me to help you with this. Because when I read your energy, I see that there's cleansing that needs to be done first. And the person was mad at him. He was like, I wash my hands of people like that. And sometimes you have to tell, like, I'm not scared to tell a client, I'm not going to do your work.
Yeah, I will block it. I will remove myself from the situation because I'm not going to do something that's not in my tech and is against my integrity. So I understand that.
And a lot of times with like love or relationships, I'll actually do a tarot card reading for you. I'll pull a couple cards before I'm like, okay, cool, let's go ahead and do this candle. Right. Because if my cards are telling me this person does not love you, they are definitely 120% into somebody else, I'm gonna let you know, like, I will still do your candle if you want me to, but they're not gonna give you the results that you're necessarily asking for. Maybe they come back, but they're not going to be a permanent stay because they're not for you.
Right. They can come back, but you got to still do the work to keep them there. You know what I'm saying? You're right. You're right. Because I've had, that's the thing about the past life regression that I don't mean to cut you off, but when I have done, like, there's some women that that's had difficulties in having a child.
Right.
And that's why I say past life regression is so healing, because I have guided women that were trying to have children that weren't able to have them, and they see their child that they had a miscarriage with or an abortion with in previous lives.
Right.
We're all connected for a reason.
Exactly.
And so we take the time to do readings for you guys and to help y'all. It's because we were chosen to do this work to help you. So continue on. Apologize.
And then, like, even with money, like, money is one of my favorite spells to cast. It's one of my favorite things. But you have to be open to receiving.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't always show up the way you thought it was gonna show up. You know, you do this, I do group rituals all the time. And like, sometimes I'll do a group ritual and somebody will pop in my inbox and be like, girl, I got, $700. It just popped up in my Cash App. I got whatever. Okay, cool, great. Other people are like, well, nothing really happened. Okay, cool. Are you sure nothing really happened? And then you go back and they look and they're like, well, I had this credit on my light bill for like $80, but I didn't know where it came from or whatever. That is spirit giving you money. You have to know how to look. You have to know how to receive. Like, oh, I found $20 on the ground, or somebody took me out to lunch and then bought all my kids. I have there's a symbol that I use quite frequently, and it's for gifting and receiving. And with that symbol, I write it on the back of my hands. It's like a F, and it has, you've probably seen it before, but
I've used that symbol too.
And so the first time I used it, I went to the mall with my kids, and I seen somebody that I used to know. We used to be really good friends, and she gave both my kids $50.
See?
But then somebody I talked to after, they were like, well, you're the one put the symbol on. They got the money, not you. True indeed, but they are my children, so they belong to me. So if they have something, I have something. So you have to learn how to be grateful for what spirit put in front of you. yeah, it was only $100, whatever. I could have used more. We could always use more. Everybody always wants more, but you have to learn how to be grateful, because in being grateful and giving gratitude to spirit, then spirit starts showing up and showing out in different places. And then the magic really starts working, because now you are grateful and you are humble, and they see that and they're like, okay, appreciation. Well, let's give you a little bit more then.
Right.
It doesn't always show up how you think, but it shows up. Pay attention. You have to open your third eye. You really open your third eye.
Hold on, Goddess. I just want to hold on. Hollow Vegeta. We have they have a question I want to ask you real quick, and I want you to pull some cards for Hollow Vegeta. Wants to know what's blocking them, and while you're pulling cards, I'm going to tell them about something that happened to me pertaining to money. So okay. Hollow Vegeta is saying what's blocking me.
Okay.
From dreaming.
From dreaming. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And as she pulls cards, as Goddess pulls cards, guys, you get more like this Goddess just told you about how different things happen for rituals that she's done for money or asked for. Twice with this year, we took the grandkids to Six Flags, and then we took them to I took another grandbaby to a carnival, and each time, and this same grandchild, because he's spiritual too, he's very powerful, says, yeah, this is the second time this has happened to us this year. We're standing in line with a group of grandkids to go into Six Flags, and this lady came out of nowhere. We're getting ready to pay for them season passes when they get into Six Flags. She paid for 4 season Six Flag tickets.
Yes.
And then another time, a couple of months later, we go into a carnival. Another lady, out of the blue, gave us free tickets to get into the carnival. So you just, like you said, don't discredit when money can come to you from so many different directions. So when you pray and you want to manifest, ask for the money portals to open to you from all directions with no harm to none. Always say no harm to none. But yeah, so are you ready to tap into and then return to Pachamama asked about, do you do sigils? So that's 2 questions.
Do I do sigils? Yes. And I don't make my own. I tend to use ones that I know, that I've seen in other divination, that I've researched. I do a lot of research. I practice all kinds of magic: Wicca, hoodoo, voodoo, Christianity, Buddhism. I practice a lot of stuff. So whatever I see that resonates with me, I'll tend to use that in my work.
Yes. Sigils are very powerful. Very, very powerful. You got to know how to ignite sigils too, guys. So you can use them, but you make sure that you ignite them. There's many different ways to ignite a sigil.
As far as the dreaming, spirit is telling me like, you're creating blockages because you're not always being practical in the way that you are moving throughout your situations. And sometimes we overthink so much, and we put ourselves in these situations where we can't help but like, is it gonna work? What's next? Some of us are just built like that. Earth signs overthink a lot. So do some of us air signs. We overthink so much. And spirit says it's more overthinking that is blocking visions and dreams. If you can get to a point where you are meditating, where you are grounded, if you don't like to meditate, get your favorite crystal, hold on to it, walk around with it. If you don't have a crystal, go outside barefoot, take a walk in the grass, sit down underneath a tree while it's still nice enough and not too cold, where you can really get some air and some energy and kind of take in more of spirit. Pay attention to what spirit is trying to tell you. Animals may be something significant to you. Squirrels and or like rabbits. If you see them, pay attention. Spirit is trying to tell you something. So once you clear the mental blockages, then the dreams should be able to flow very easily for you. And then you'll be able to decipher what they mean. And it's not even that you're not dreaming. Spirit is more of you're not remembering the messages. You're having dreams. You're just waking up not remembering them because you have a blockage that's stopping you from that. And overthinking is part of it, but there's something deeper than that. So pay attention to the animals, pay attention to the messages that Spirit's giving you, and make sure you are grounded. Being grounded again is going to be very, very important. If you can get to some water too, that might be very helpful, because water, I hear like running water. So if you get to some water, that may be helpful. If you can't, baths are amazing. Put some sea salt in your bath. Put some Florida water in your bath. Go lay down in it. Close your eyes. See what Spirit gives you. You'll be surprised when you're actually relaxing and not thinking about what's happening next, where your mind will take you. Okay.
And drink more water.
I drink more water. Yes.
Amazing explanation. Drink more water, guys, too. Water for your hair, water for your chakras, water for your dreaming, water. And I'm not a water drinker. I don't like water, but I have to practice drinking more. So that was phenomenal, Queen. Thank you. Return to Pachamama said adult. Return to Pachamama. I understand. I understand. I love that, what she says. I understand that. Draws you in. Okay. Is there any other questions anyone else have? You guys want a brief, quick greeting before we go out? We're getting ready to shut down in about 5 minutes. So this is your chance to connect with this phenomenal, amazing Queen Goddess now.
Also with water, y'all, my mama Dawn here told me too, and I've been doing it, speaking to your water. When she first told me that, I was like, what? But I've been doing it. And when I tell you, you speaking to this water, things be happening, y'all. Speaking to your water, okay? Speaking to your water. I've also been saving all my water bottles when I get them.
Good. Hello Vegeta said, definitely overthinking. I'm in Arizona, no water, but rabbits, stray cats out here. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, rabbits, pay attention, watch them, see how you feel when you see them, when you look at them. What feelings do you get? Do you get chills? What side of your body are you getting chills on? Write it down, journal it. It means something. Spirit is trying to tell you something. It could be an ancestor trying to get in touch with you. Maybe an ancestor of yours was partial to rabbits. If you're in Arizona, there is a lot of Indian blood there. So maybe there's something there that has to do with rabbits. I spent quite a few years in Arizona as a child. So maybe it has something to do with that, but there's a lot of spirit in that land. So pay attention to the land around you, love.
Okay. And then Return to Pachamama says, what current blockages are holding me back at this time? Return Pachamama is amazing vegan chef. She's a certified teacher. She deals with this is an alchemist. She's also awesome too. She's amazing. You guys, she's in our spiritual group in my Facebook page. She's absolutely phenomenal. I love her. She's connected me to so many amazing people. But she wanted to know what blockages are holding her back right now at this time. She's in Vegas.
Okay.
And Hollow Vegeta says that they love water. They talk to water daily. And they say, rest in peace, Mona Harrison.
Rest in peace, beloved.
Rest in peace, rest in peace. You're welcome. Return Pachamama. It's my girl.
I'm not sure exactly what blockages are holding you back, but Spirit says you need to pay very close attention to details. Pay very, very close attention to details. There may be something that you're overlooking in your situations. Maybe you are doing something with all of your works and you're just kind of overextending yourself. And maybe there's something that you didn't see all the way. Retrace your steps and see if you missed anything. This has to do with paperwork, pertaining to some type of paperwork or something like that. There's also a boy or a child. This could be an ancestor. This could be someone in your life that's close to you they have a lot of emotional turmoil, and their energy could be rubbing off on you, and that could be a blockage. This could be someone who, I mean, you're doing a lot of different jobs. This could be someone who is apprenticing you, someone who is close to you in your work, someone who is, you know, you don't even realize that, you know, the busboy is studying you or whatever. But when you are empathic and when you start opening your third eye, and when you're around all these people, people are drawn to your energy, and therefore their energy will rub off on you. So make sure you're protected. Wear your crystals. Light a candle in the morning before you leave for work. You know, make sure you're praying to your ancestors. You're asking for protection for yourself. You know, carry some salt around, or whatever it is that you believe protects you. Even a protection satchel would be effective, especially if you know, you can't wear a lot of jewelry and things like that in your work. Something you could put in your pocket or put in the side of your pants or something like that. But make sure you are very protected, because the blockages may not even be you. They may be other people around you. And I got chills. So it could be other people around you's energy is just trying to absorb yours, because yours is so bright. And when you are a light, y'all, you have to remember, when you are a light, darkness is going to flock to you, because they're trying to dim you out. They want you to be dark too. They're trying to dim you out. Don't let them dim you out. Don't do
Oh my
it.
gosh. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so amazing. You are so on point. And Returns of Pacha Mama just said to you, could it be one of her students?
It could. It definitely could.
It
And
definitely
you know what? The thing about energy drainers is they don't know they're energy drainers. So with love and with light, respectfully, start looking at them and kind of figuring out, like, you can tell people's auras once you start to look at them. You can tell people's energy once you start to search for energy. You could tell who, you know, when I'm around this person, I feel great, versus when I'm around this person, when they leave, I get a headache. Why do I always get a headache around this person? I love them. They're so cool. We have a good time. But when they leave, man, my head hurts. It's their energy. And, you know, they may not mean to, they may not even know they got a demon on their back, but you have to protect yourself from that.
Let me pull out
because it's not healthy, and it's not their fault. But like I said in the beginning of this, I had to let a lot of people go. Some of them were because they weren't on my elevation level, but some of them were energy drainers. And although I love them to pieces, I have to love them from a distance, because the energy I have, I use for y'all. I use for my clients. I use for my children. I'm not giving it to nobody else. They don't deserve it.
Can't make yourself accessible to everyone anymore. I'm stopping that. I'm not making myself accessible to everyone anymore.
You can't. You cannot.
She said, thank you so much. She said, thank you so much. Yep.
You're welcome, beloved. You're welcome, Ashe. But that's for everybody too, y'all. That's a collective message. Like, pay attention to how people make you feel. You know, and we don't have a lot of time or whatever, it's about to end. But even like people you are intimate with, people that you are around, like when I sleep with you,
the root chakra.
When I sleep with you, when you leave my house, I have an emptiness in me, or I have a sadness in me, or I have a depression in me. Their energy is not good. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let that go. Right up out the door. I don't care what they did. Leave them alone. You deserve your energy to be reciprocated and replicated. Okay, reciprocated and replicated all 2023 and the rest of 2022. Pay attention. Pay attention. I don't even let people at the grocery store touch me, y'all, because I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. Please don't touch me. Have a great day, but don't touch me, please. You take everybody's stuff with you when people touch you. Energy transfer is real, y'all. It's real.
I have a system set in place. So you can touch me if you want, but it's not going to affect me anymore, because I got a system set in place. And you do too, Queen. Yes, okay. Hollow. Yeah, selenite. Yeah, that's definitely selenite. I make selenite oil. You don't let selenite get wet. You can get selenite anywhere in the world. You can get it in. Oh, you got your selenite. Oh my God.
Yes.
You still got the one. What is that? The selenite
and Shanghai.
Yep.
Yes. I wear it all the time.
Yes,
I'm almost out. I need some more, but I wear it all the time, especially in times of where I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed. I always go to this, y'all. I keep this with me all the time.
Oh my God, you surprised me, goddess. Yes.
I keep it with me all the time.
Selenite oil is no joke. And the shungite oil, because it protects you from EMF, but I had selling on my website in queendawnspirit.com. You can look at the description there, but I don't want to steal the shine from this goddess. This phenomenal goddess. Point.
But I share my son with her because she is part of my journey, y'all, and it's amazing. And it's really helped me over the last year. Really, it's amazing.
So selenite, thank you, goddess. So selenite comes from all over the world. It's ancient water, ancient holy water, ancient healing water. But you cannot let it get wet. You can get selenite. I've got selenite from Massachusetts, from Oregon, Morocco. But this selenite is from Morocco. Okay.
I have a selenite somewhere. I don't even know where mine is.
I got selenite everywhere. I got it on my Reiki tables. I got about 4 big huge pieces of selenite. I got it all around the computer. I have selenite. I got selenite. I live by selenite. I rid my house with selenite. One of the things I rid my house is with. So selenite is extremely powerful. See it? Yep. Oh, you got yours wrapped. Yeah. What is the crystals wrapped with that?
It's the chakras.
All right. Yeah, selenite is great. Don't sleep on selenite, guys. I've been in the crystal since the 80s, since my babies was babies. And selenite is no joke. Everyone should have selenite. You can use selenite to remove pain from your body, headaches. Selenite heals on so many levels. Okay. Let me go back to the top because I got carried away because I love selenite. Whatever. Okay. Hold on a moment. Return to Pachamama said thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys check out to Return to Pachamama. Check out her YouTube channel too. It's absolutely amazing. She does readings, even though she's on the West Coast. She's connected me to many phenomenal, amazing people. She's very connected in the conscious community. What else? What just say? Think. Excuse me, guys. Oh yeah, Return to Pachamama said that last week I was telling her about one of her students was her child in the past life. And that is definitely, she wants to know if that student is the one that was in her past life, is that's the student you were speaking of.
Let's see. I know it's a male. I can tell you that much. It's a boy.
It's a boy. A spirit's telling me is that child.
You think so? Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. Download.
Candy say, hey, ladies, peace, beloved.
Hey, beautiful. It's one of my day ones.
Return Pachamama said.
Yeah, I get the 8 of summer. So past life, you see her walking away. It's something from your past life. So yes, she's 100% correct. It's that person.
Yeah, and then Hollow Vegeta said also too, not letting people touch your hair. Yes.
Yes, your hair is so. I'll be trying to tell. Look, y'all, my son has gorgeous hair, gorgeous hair. Out of all of my children, my son's hair is just amazing. And I tell him all the time, stop letting these people touch your hair. Stop letting these people touch your head. It's so important. It's right by your third eye. Like it's your brain. Stay away from my baby hair. Don't touch. I'm funny about who cuts his hair, all of that stuff. I'm very funny about his hair. He had gorgeous dreads at one point. Let somebody touch his hair. The boy got lice. I ain't never seen a black child get lice before. My son got lice. We had to shave his whole head. It was horrible. Don't let nobody touch your hair, y'all.
Yeah, people, I don't care what your texture of hair is, because I think all hair is good hair. Do not let nobody touch your hair. I had a show about that last night. People were like, oh, let me see. No, don't touch your hair. Don't touch my hair.
Yeah, no, don't touch my hair.
We was at a wedding, and my daughter died, but she's a hairstylist. So this guy was so intrigued with her, and he went to go touch her hair. He's like, you're just so pretty. And he was at the event with his wife. I had to check him. Yes, he was at the event, but she checked him first because she is Taurus. And she was like,
Lord.
do not touch my hair.
Right. Go touch your wife's hair. Get out of here.
Get away from it. Like, you lose your mind. And
oh my goodness.
People are intrigued. Don't let people touch your crystals.
Don't touch. Me and Moon had a thing the other day with a friend of ours that came through. Don't touch nobody's tarot card, y'all. Y'all keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch nobody's tarot cards. Keep your hands off of people's altars. The only person I do let touch my altar is my sister because we're so in tune. But other than that, don't touch my altar. You know, God pities fools and children. So
yeah,
those are the
yeah,
stay
put a
away.
petition in front of your altar. Yeah, put your petition. When I had my other home, we had our other house, and my healing room, I had my altar in my healing room. I had a petition. Because as soon as you have it open, people are prying eyes, they want to see what you do because it's not something they're used to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what they got going on with them? No, you keep that covered. Keep a petition around it.
I actually the vision board that I'm working on for my new home that I am manifesting that I will have by 2024 has a room that's just my altar room and my workspace that no one is supposed to be coming into, that's going to have like a black curtain, and I'm so excited about it, and I think about it all the time.
Yes, Ashe. I'm going to do I have a closet here, and I have two walk-in closets because this house that we manifest, I'm so grateful for, and I wanted space like this. So I have one for my inventory and one for my healing room. I mean, one for my altar, because people eyes will pry. Guys, when you're doing your spirituality, you cannot share everything with everyone, what you're doing, because people will try to, just a thought, and I'm concentrated, will block you. Okay. So let me ask a couple of questions came in real quick.
My cat is trying to knock over my
Return to Pachamama said that that student is a boy. Okay. I told you it was on point. He listens to me and doesn't listen to anyone else. Yep. He is known for tearing up in classrooms and everything, but has never done it in her classroom.
He needs a cleansing. This is Magic, y'all. Magic was trying to knock over the thing. Magic was trying to knock over my stuff. Say, hey, Magic.
Oh my God, this is confirmation. Okay.
He always want to be in somebody's spotlight. He's such a baby. But with thank you. But with that child, it sounds like he needs a cleansing, and give him one if you can. Pray over him. Bring some Florida water around him if you can. Do something for him. But his energy, if you don't, good. So if you don't help him rid those demons, he's going to carry them around, and they're going to try to latch onto you because they see that you are light. So they're going to try to latch onto you. I have 2 children with mental health issues, and all the time I have to constantly, I light sage, I light aloe, I gotta put Florida water, I gotta give them cleansing baths, because their demons are constantly attack. They don't really try to attack me, but they try to attack my other children. Like, I can see when one of them starts acting different, it's because they've been hanging around the other one too long. And so you have to get those things under control, especially in children. And it's very, very hard, because it's heartbreaking, because they don't understand, what's happening to me. But you got to protect yourself first and foremost.
All right. Return to Pachamama said that she's going to get a prayer room too. And Hello Vegeta said, I'm already secretive. Yeah, that is definitely a past. That child was definitely your child in a previous life. That's why they connect with you the way they do. I get goosebumps every time I hear the story. Guys, I thank you so much. We were like 13 minutes over time, which is feminine divine energy. The number 13 is very powerful.
Okay.
I said, I remember that I had a job at a place, and the job allowed us to stay there. And I had an altar in the room, and 2 satanic co-workers were so afraid of coming into her room. They was not trying to mess with your energy. I believe that.
That's what they get. They should have been scared. Stay out of here.
Yeah, get away from here. Ashe, return to Pachamama. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want to share before we shut down, Queen? Because I know you have a lot going on. You're busy with readings, and you got a lot going on with your business.
No, not really. Y'all come visit me, book me, inbox me. We have Sisters with Pool happening where me and Moon do live donation readings.
Yes.
I do live donation readings on TikTok, on IG sometimes, on Bigo. You can hit me up. The Water Goddess LLC. We have a group, Moon Butterfly, Energy Readings by Moon Butterfly on Facebook. It's our group.
Yes.
Tap into that. Dawn is a member, so if you can't find it, you can ask her. She can share the link with you.
Yep.
I do group spells on there. So if you can't ever afford your own candle and I'm doing something like money or whatever, you can get in on that. But really just book me, but take care of yourself and love on yourself. And I'm so happy to have the opportunity to have been here. Thank you, Dawn.
You're welcome. My pleasure, Goddess, Queen Goddess. I'm so happy that you came on. Hey guys, thank you for joining us. Make sure you set up a session with this amazing goddess. She said they know you. Okay, I can't read that right now because I'm like, the words are very small, so I apologize, beloved. Make sure you book this phenomenal, amazing Queen Goddess. She is amazing. She's beautiful inside as well as she is on the outside. She's very gifted, very talented. Connect with her. And I want to thank you for blessing my channel and coming on and putting some awareness to people that may not know what's really going on and how to really tap into who they really are. And I love you so much.
I love you too. Thank you. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys. Sending you all Reiki healing love. Namaste, Ashe. Peace out. Spirit. Don't hang up, Queen.